some good beats, Matt.
Welcome to the SRA. It's Mr. Extra and my Benson here. What are we going to talk about today, Ben?
Yes! I think you should sing the topics.
I have no idea how to play this. I'm just
Yeah,
pretty much
like-
moving my right hand. They were trying to give me a breakdown on how you do this.
Hit it with some beats,
I
man.
completely just disregarded everything they said.
Just
So we're going to talk about what's going to go
start back
on
and
at
forth.
MLG. MLG.tv. We're going to do Fact or Fiction. After that, we're going to go over to the quick scope. Transfer deadline day today, Ben.
it is.
Road to X Games. Be on the scoreboards today. Pro League recap.
Yes.
And Pro League preview. That's what's going to be going on today on the ESR.
You're actually pretty good.
No, I'm actually
no idea
awful.
if
I'm
that's
just
actually
kind of just keep going like this with my hand. I'm putting this away. This is an awful idea.
It was a great idea.
It's
Legendary.
an awful idea.
Anyway, we thought we'd start today's show a little bit different than in the past. Want to let you guys...
Yeah, a little bit different.
I mean, there's that too. I figured, hey, you know, we're going to be different. Let's be really different, right? That makes sense. What are you looking for?
I was looking for my coffee, but all I have is this small guitar.
It's a ukulele.
Whatever it's called. It's fine. We're going to talk about what's going on at MLG, should say,
Your coffee
on MLG.tv.
is hidden.
Oh, now I'll get it later.
Just grab it now, because the people can see it.
So, Ben, tell us what's going on.
Yes! So, as I said, we thought we'd update you guys with what's going on MLG and what's going on with MLG throughout the week. Kicking things off, deck battles, MLG.tv/deck battles. That's going to be today, Wednesday, April the 29th.
What is Deck Battles?
It's live now, 3 p.m. Eastern.
It's a Hearthstone event.
It is.
Sweet.
Yeah. It's 3 p.m. today, every Wednesday at noon going forward. Hosted by Nimsh
And Chobra.
and
Chobra.
Nimsh and Chobra. See, why does Nimsh have to have a difficult name to say? There's like silent letters and whatnot in there. And it's also followed by Turn 2 podcast, where they interview the winner. That's MLG.tv/deck battles. As well as that, of course, Pro League. We got Pro League going on. But not just for Call of Duty. Some people may think, you know, oh yeah, Pro League, yeah, it's COD, it's just COD. That's not true. We have, obviously, some different games that we do the Pro League with, Matt.
Yes, we're going to have the CEVO Pro League for Counter-Strike, 4:15 p.m. Property versus 12, and then 10:15 Tempo Storm versus Synergy. I'll probably check at least one of those matches at... I'll be here,
You'll be here.
obviously, with you for 4:15. I will probably check out the 10:15 one on my way home.
Makes sense, makes sense.
Maybe even at the lounge.
As well, Dota. Got the Dota Pro League, 9 p.m. Champions of Summoners, or Summer's... What?
Summer's Rift.
Summer's Rift. I was wanting to say Summoner's Rift. I was thinking about League of Legends there, and I was like, that's a completely different game.
Yep, that would be...
Versus Root Gaming. That's at 9 p.m. So that's everything that's happening at MLG
Today.
But action continues.
There's action tomorrow. There's things actually going to be here tomorrow.
There is.
Join Dota again for the Dota Pro League. My versus Invasion Esports, MVP Phoenix versus MVP H6, Game Online versus BBC, and then for CEVO, Counter-Strike, Penta versus 12. The Cloud9 versus Team Liquid match, that's going to be awesome. Cloud9's new lineup, probably going to be used during that.
Yep.
Freakazoid and Skadoodle announced today versus Team Liquid, and then CLG versus SKDC Gaming. That'll be interesting too, because I believe Peter's still benched from CLG, if I'm not mistaken.
Okay.
Correct?
As well, Call of Duty Pro League going on every single evening. Kicks off at 7 p.m. Eastern. Looking forward, though, at the weekend's action. Shoutcraft!
Yes.
Yeah.
We talked Total Biscuit last week. It's cool what they're doing with Shoutcraft. You know, just creating new maps, kind of throwing new things in there, kind of keeping it fresh. Who versus Startail. That'll be at 8 p.m. And then CEVO Pro League versus CS again. You have Titan versus I don't even know how you say that. Existence. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. SKDC versus Synergy, and then Lunatic versus VVV. So those are 3 matches that'll be going on Saturday.
Yeah, so lots of stuff going on at MLG, on the platform, all throughout the week. Stuff that we don't really give enough exposure to, we probably should do. Thus, we thought we'd educate everyone.
I watch a bunch of the CEVO stuff.
Do you really?
Yeah.
Good
I watch
guy,
a lot of the CEVO stuff.
Good guy, Matt. Watching all the CEVO stuff. But we're bringing a new segment to today's show as well. Of course, Roster Mania, yes, we're going to cover that.
We know.
Don't worry.
We know.
We're fully aware. Roster locks at 5 p.m. So from 4 till 5 p.m., Me and Matt are going to cover everything COD rosters and have a countdown to roster lock, very much like we did last time. This time, though, I've kind of gone into a little bit more detail. We've got some speculation, moves that I think may happen, which really are the plays to keep our eyes out for, because there's still some players who everyone's kind of like, oh, what's going on? But before we get there, new segment today. It's called True or Nah.
True or nah?
Yes. So in this segment, me and you are going to ask each other questions, and the other must say whether they believe it's true or nah.
Okay, so this
The
is
or nah bit. The or nah bit is
fact or fiction, but I
yeah, we can't say that. It's true or nah.
Okay, true or nah.
There
That
you
is
go.
fine. We will do true or nah. So how does this work? Do I have to ask you these statements?
I'm asking you the first question.
Okay.
Okay. And they're completely opinionated.
Yeah.
We can have a little bit of a discussion about them if we want.
Or it can just end very swiftly.
Or yeah. So my first question to you.
Yep.
Matthias. Automatic reload will make the Season 2 championship. True or nah?
Nah.
Nah?
Nah.
Why nah?
They're all the way at the bottom. They ain't getting better.
They're not right at the bottom.
They picked up Happy, and then they played a few games with him and Wheat. They started to kill everybody. They were playing well. They drop Happy because obviously you drop somebody after they do pretty well. And then now I think they'll probably still struggle. So
I mean, they picked up Moach. You don't think they're going to be making it to X Games?
How did Burns and Moach work out the last time?
I mean, when I was in the house, they got 4th place. Just saying.
Yeah, because you were the game knowledge behind the whole.
Absolutely.
Right.
I was the factor. What happened when Maven took over? They didn't even qualify. Just saying. Facts. Facts, man. That's true. That's true. That should be one of the questions. True.
Curse the trendsetters of strategical play by Benson's game knowledge.
Hey, they placed 4th. Just saying.
They get first round. I think, right?
They placed 4th. The one event that mattered, they placed 4th.
Yeah.
Anyway.
No, that's a big old nah.
Your question.
Yeah. It's ridiculous. Elevate is the second best team in AW right now.
Nah! No, I'm not.
I felt stupid for even saying
yeah,
that.
you probably should. They're a good team, don't get me wrong. Very good online. But, nah. Sorry. It's just not the way it is. You got Gaming, you got Denial. I guess no more TR, which is sad to say.
Yep.
Rest in peace, TR. But Elevate, you could maybe make an argument for 3rd. But I think that's a question which we really have to wait and see how the players play online.
Yeah, nobody has any idea right now.
If we see the X Games and all of a sudden they come out and they're looking like great, then yeah, maybe.
Oh, yeah.
Maybe. But right now, nah.
Yep.
All right, your question. It was a mistake for Team Revenge to split up and leave the organization.
Nah. No. It wasn't a mistake.
Nah?
They should have did it a while ago.
What?
Yeah. I mean,
all right,
if they couldn't get a
excellent.
league spot, they needed to get into the league somehow.
Okay.
The best way to do it was individually. First one who acted was Aqua, and he got into the league. They got a pretty decent squad. I think that squad will be pretty good.
Okay.
And then it kind of leaves the others out to dry. I think, as bad as that's saying, that they probably waited a little bit too long to act on that.
So they waited too long for you.
Yes, they waited too long for my light game.
Okay. All right, next question.
Optic Gaming will sweep the season series against Envy. OG currently leads at 2-0.
I'm going to say nah. I'm going to say nah to that. Reason behind that is I think OG, I think they have one of the games against Envious is in the last week of the Pro League, of which, kind of like last season, they get a little bit of thought. Because you already qualified, right? It's like, you're in first seed, you're fine, don't worry. Kind of put the foot off the gas pedal a little bit.
They will go undefeated against Envy this season.
I don't think so. I think they'll may draw one. I think just one map towards the end of the season, just because that's how it happens with every team that's been first in the Pro League. Every single Pro League season we've had, the team that's been first.
They just pick up Karma. They just pick up Karma.
So
now they're going to play with him for pretty much a month. They're going to use that last time to get ready for
as soon as they qualify, someone's going to go on a little bit of a road trip. They're going to play with a sub, and if it's against MVS, they'll lose. Yes, 100%. So you're telling me they're going to go undefeated for the rest of the season?
They're going to go undefeated against Envy for the rest of the season?
So who's going to beat them? Elevate?
It looks like they're going to beat them.
Elevate can beat them online. We've seen that in weekend action.
I said they would lose 4 games the whole season. My dream is still alive.
It's completely wrong, because teams are going to have to give away some losses.
No.
Is it all being rescheduled now?
Yeah, that's something that we talked about. I don't know if we brought it up yesterday, but I think word from Commissioner's office, they're going to reschedule all the games for everybody and make it so nobody has to forfeit. So my dream's still alive.
Matt's still alive. All right, well, different opinions on that one. I'm going to highlight that one.
Yep.
Okay, next question for you. Octane will finish with a higher KD than Formal. Currently, he leads with a 1.28 to Formal's 1.23.
No.
That's a nah.
Nah.
There you go.
There you go. I said it right. No, Octane won't finish with a higher KD than Formal, but I will say probably Scump will finish with a higher KD than both of them eventually.
Really?
Yeah, he's got to be in the top 5 somewhere. I mean, I think Formal, it's a lot easier for him to have a higher KD because his teammates are also killing people. Octane, his teammates struggle with killing people.
Okay.
So there's a lot of pressure on that. It's a lot easier to kill people when your teammates are as well. You're fighting less players at one time. Octane, I mean, it's incredible what he's doing right now, but can you keep it up through the whole season? I don't think so.
Probably not.
Yeah.
I would agree with you on that one. All right, your question.
This is interesting. 3 teams will make Season 2 champs despite losing more maps than they win. Currently, 3 teams in the top 8 have under a 50% map win percentage. So what is the exact question there, Benson?
I'm going to say nah. I don't think that's going to be... Actually, no. I'm going to say true. I'm going to say true, actually. Yes. Simply because I think the disparity between the teams at the top of the league and teams at the bottom of the league is massive. It's so big. The teams that are winning continuously keep winning. Teams that are losing keep on losing.
Right.
Obviously, that you think that is to say. We're not really seeing many upsets. When you look at results in the Pro League, it's kind of like, yeah, they're going to win. Yeah, they won. Like, yeah. Like,
right.
We're not seeing as many as we used to. So I think that that's actually a true statement. I think by the end of the league, you'll see that. 3 teams will make Season 2 championship despite losing more maps than they win.
Interesting. I think you're probably right, to be honest.
I mean, there's what? Currently 3 teams in the top 8 have under 50% map win percentage, as it is right now.
I think there's a good chance, yeah, that happens.
All right, next question. Optic Gaming will finish with a 90% or better win percentage. It's currently 89%. You
True.
have to say true.
Yeah, true. I honestly believe that. I have
That's
not
absurd.
seen... Which, it is absurd. And it's kind of, like, embarrassing for the rest of the other teams. Just get beat by this team over and over again. But, I mean, honestly, I don't really see anybody who's close right now. I mean, Denal seems to be up and down since champs. I think really, like, Elevate, I guess, would be, like, their #1 contender right now, at least online. Probably FaZe as well. And Optic kind of beats them consistently, except for one night against Elevate. They kind of pooped the bed a little bit, but I think they finished with a better than 90% win percentage.
Okay, fair enough.
Kind of goes in line with my 4 losses pick, yeah.
All right, your question.
Denial is not a top 3 team as of now.
Nah. That's not true. Denial's definitely a top 3 team.
Yeah.
The world champions, of course they are. All right, yeah, they've struggled online. Okay, great. Name me 2 other teams. You can put Optic Gaming. You can put Optic Gaming in the same sentence. You could put TR in the same sentence. TR no longer exists.
Right.
What, Elevate? Like, really? We gonna put them as a top 3 team right now? Like, that's so hard to do.
No way.
That's definitely that's rubbish.
Yep.
All right. Replays will finish ahead of TP in CTF caps per game. Currently leads 1.52 to 1.3.
Yes.
Yes?
Replays will finish with more CTF caps per game than TP because simply TP isn't as OBJ as he once was. He kind of plays a little bit of everything. I feel like that team with him and Looney, they kind of share all those objectives. I mean, we see Saints do the objective as well too.
Yep.
Denal plays much different. Replay is really the only one that's dedicated to going after those flags.
Okay.
So I'm saying
All
it's
right.
true.
I agree with that. Next question.
Envy will finish top 2 at X Games.
They have to get that first.
Yes.
I'm gonna say nah.
Really?
I don't think they will. I think Denal OG more likely to be in that grand final than a team who's kind of had its struggle. Don't get me wrong, playing a lot better right now, but they have been struggling for the majority of the season. Plus, there's teams out there like FaZe who could come out of absolute nowhere.
Right.
We don't know how good those teams are going to be. Elevate, are they going to be good on LAN? Probably, but we don't know as of right now.
Yeah.
I don't think you can favor Envious to finish in the top 2. I think that's kind of crazy talk. Moving on, your last question. The current Denal roster will stay together for the rest of Advanced Warfare.
This is an easy one. Nah. Definitely not going to happen. I think Denal makes a move at some point during the season. I can even see it. Like, if they don't perform well at X Games. I mean, let's say they go to ESWC, Gfinity, they don't win ESWC, they don't win Gfinity, they go to X Games and they get something like, you know, 3rd or 4th. I think they make a move.
Who would be the play to go?
It all depends on like what the meta is in the game at that time and what they feel like they need.
Okay.
I mean, right now, I feel like it's so Slayer heavy, the game, because you bring back a second Battle player. You know, your SMG players have to be able to outgun that guy at range. It's so Slayer kill dependent, like heavy, not as much as it was around Champs, that I feel like they would probably go after another Slayer.
So you're saying nah?
Yeah, I'm saying no. This team does not. This team does not exist at the end of AW.
That's interesting.
The same way it is right now.
I think as well you have to consider Black Ops 3, how that game is going to be, and whether, especially getting towards the end of the season, that's when you start seeing teams make changes, which you kind of sit there and you're like, this doesn't make any sense, and then you're like, oh wait, next game's coming out, what's that going to be like? I will agree with you on that. I think that roster will not be the same.
I think it'll happen sooner rather than later too. I don't think it'll be something like that'll happen at the end of the season. I think post X Games, see how everything goes after these few European events and then X Games, and then I think something probably happens.
All right.
TCM will fail to qualify for X Games in Season 3.
Yes, true.
Really?
Yes. It doesn't even matter if they qualify for Season 3, in my honest opinion. I don't think they'll be able to play in it. But that's neither here nor there. But finishing in place for X Games, how many times have you seen them choke a Game 5 S&D? Too many times. Too many times. All those Game 5s are going to come back and haunt them. Really don't have much faith in the guys over at TCM right now. Just because they keep throwing it away. They'll go up 2-0 and then they'll lose 3-2. It's like, really? Like, really?
Yeah.
I mean, they could have been arguably at one point, what was it, like 5th in the Pro League, I think? Maybe even 4th. If they hadn't lost every single Game 5 that they did, and within the first, like, I think it was like 4.
At one point, they were like 1-6 in Game 5s.
I mean, you can't do that against the best teams. Like, and if they do qualify, I don't think they'll place well.
Fair enough.
What do you think? You agree with that or no?
I think they make it in.
You do?
I think they make it in. I don't think they place well. I think they make it in, though.
Okay. Fair enough. Fair enough. All right. Well, that concludes True or Nah. First time doing it. Well, pretty well. Some interesting questions. Probably could be some better questions.
And, yeah.
Just saying. Just saying.
You did a fabulous job, Ben.
Thanks, man. Appreciate it. For now, we're going to head over to a quick commercial break. When we return, we're continuing with some questions. This time, it's the quick scope. Me versus Matt. You guys get to vote who you think is correct. Be right back.